This is a channel that helps you think better so you can feel better. And today we're going to talk about how the Matrix keeps you asleep. We live in a society, a culture, an age that tells us there are no answers, only questions. But here's the thing. This too is a lie. There are many answers, but unfortunately, very few are taught. It is precisely because they do not want you to wake up. In 1999, the Wachowskis released a movie called The Matrix, a story about a computer hacker who learns from mysterious rebels about the true nature of his reality. One where we are all trapped inside a simulated world created by sentient machines to control humanity. While it may seem like just another action movie with some stunning visual effects, it is actually one of the most potent modern allegories for understanding our conditioning. Now, if you haven't seen the film, don't worry, I won't spoil anything. But what I will do is explain how this movie is a metaphor for our collective enslavement, and how systems such as media, education, religion, and consumerism work together to keep us asleep. It's been said that Plato was the first to describe the concept of the Matrix. In his allegory of the cave, he wrote that humans are like prisoners chained up in a cave since birth facing a blank wall. Behind them burns a fire, and between the prisoners and the fire, objects are carried on a low wall. These objects, which the prisoners take to be real, are nothing more than shadows cast by the firelight. So these people living in a false reality are entirely unaware of the real world outside the cave. Now, this allegory is strikingly similar to the Matrix. Just like Neo, we are all born into a world of shadows and illusions and believe them to be reality. We accept the information fed to us by mass media as truth without questioning it. We trust that politicians have our best interests at heart and that corporations are ethical and sustainable. We believe in the stories we've been told about our origins, history, and the nature of the universe. All of this without ever stepping outside the cave to see for ourselves. You might be thinking, why wouldn't we question these things? Well, the answer is simple. It's much easier to just accept what we're told. Think about it. If you were to question everything you see, hear, and experience, you would quickly become overwhelmed and anxious. We live in a society where common sense is not so common, and where critical thinking is often mocked and ridiculed. Imagine someone asking you where you got your beliefs from and how you know they're correct. You probably couldn't answer that question, not because you don't know, but because you've never been asked before. We don't question the Matrix because our entire existence depends on it. If we were to wake up, everything would collapse. Our jobs, our relationships, our entire life's work. Fear is the primary reason we remain asleep. It keeps us too afraid to wake up and see the truth. Wachowski also uses a second powerful tool to maintain control over the masses: distractions. They keep us entertained and amused so that we don't have time to think critically. In The Matrix, the citizens of Zion are kept distracted by fantastic virtual reality programs. This serves to remind us of the power of entertainment to divert our attention away from reality. The countless hours we spend watching movies, playing games, and engaging in social media could be better spent learning new skills or working towards a better future. But instead, we are lulled into a false sense of security, content to live out our days in blissful ignorance. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Why do these systems want us to stay asleep? What's in it for them? Well, simply put, control. When we are asleep, we are easy to manipulate. We do and say things without thinking about the consequences. We blindly follow those in power and allow them to make decisions on our behalf. But when we wake up, when we become aware of the truth, we are no longer so easily controlled. We begin to think for ourselves and make our own decisions. This is why it is so important to wake up and see the truth. Only then can we begin to break free from the chains that bind us and take control of our own lives. But let's go deeper and consider the third tool the Matrix uses to keep us under its thumb: ego. In the film, each character is assigned a number, which strips them of their identity and individuality. They are no longer human beings, but rather data points in a massive database. This is a powerful metaphor for our own situation. We are all identified by numbers, social security numbers, driver's license numbers, bank account numbers. We are reduced to nothing more than digits in a giant database, and this is by design. When we lose our sense of identity, we lose our sense of self. We become disconnected from our true nature and purpose. We no longer ask questions. We simply obey. Think about how many times you've been asked your name and social security number throughout your lifetime. Chances are it's been hundreds or even thousands of times. We give our personal information away willingly and without hesitation. We allow ourselves to be labeled and categorized so that we can be easily controlled. But what if I told you that you didn't have to accept this? What if I told you that you could reclaim your identity and break free from the matrix? You might think that this is just a pipe dream, something that could never happen. But I'm here to tell you that it is possible. It just takes a little effort and willingness to see the truth. So what can we do to wake up and break free from the matrix? For starters, we need to become more media literate. We cannot blindly accept everything we see and hear. We must learn to think critically and to question what we are being told. We also need to be more mindful of the distractions that surround us. We must learn to unplug from the constant stream of entertainment and to focus on the important things in life. Finally, we need to reclaim our egos. We must learn to think for ourselves and to make our own decisions. We cannot allow ourselves to be labeled and categorized by others. By taking these steps, we can begin to wake up and break free from the matrix. It won't be easy, but it is possible, and the truth is worth it. Now, as we come to the end of this video, I challenge you to share your thoughts on how the matrix keeps us asleep. Do you think this is an accurate portrayal of our society? What are some of the other ways that we are kept under control? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspective. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. By doing so, you'll be helping me spread this message to a wider audience and supporting my work. There is a saying that goes, if you want to hide something, put it in plain sight. In the context of the Matrix, this means that the truth is right in front of us. We can see it if we want to, but most people choose to ignore it. This is because the truth is often uncomfortable and challenging to confront. It requires us to question everything we've been taught and to let go of our ego and our need for control. But it is precisely this letting go that is so important. When we release our attachment to outcomes, we open ourselves up to the possibility of something greater. We allow ourselves to be guided by intuition and inner wisdom rather than by fear and ego. This is how we tap into the flow of life and begin to manifest our desires. As the great spiritual teacher Osho said, you can only find yourself when you stop searching for yourself. This is because the search for ourselves is based on our ego and our need for control. When we let go of this need, we open ourselves up to the possibility of finding ourselves in unexpected places. We may stumble upon our purpose by accident, or we may have a sudden insight that reveals our true path. The key is to be open and receptive to whatever life may bring our way. Don't try to force things or to control the outcome. Simply trust that everything will work out for the best. This is the essence of the law of attraction. It is not a magical formula for getting what we want. It is a way of approaching life that is based on openness, flexibility, and trust. When we follow this path, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities of the universe and allow ourselves to be guided to where we are meant to be.